I've seen tons of YouTubers playing Among Us, but with proximity chat. However, none of them explained how they set it up, or where they got the mod, or anything. So I went ahead and learned for myself exactly how to do it, just so I could come back here and tell you guys how to do it. Don't worry, this is super easy and super simple. So let's go ahead and set this up. Welcome back, guys. My name is Sam, and this is Via Gaming, a channel for gamers. So today I want to help you by showing you how to get proximity chat inside of Among Us. Now, supposedly they're going to be adding this into the game at some point, but until they do, you're going to have to do something like this if you want it now. So just simply go to Google and type in Crewlink to get started. Now, this is a GitHub file made by a dude called Automated. You'll go over here to releases and just download this exe here. You may have some issues with Windows not being able to verify it because it's not by some large corporation or whatever, but I've had no issues with this and I've been using it a ton. So you don't have any worries about that. So once it downloads, you just go here, double click it, it'll start installing. Now, like I said, you might have to tell Windows to yes, go ahead and install. It'll pop up a little warning block. You'll have to hit more and say run anyways. I didn't have to do it this time because I've done it before. But whenever it is done downloading, you'll have this little window here called Crewlink, and you'll want to get the latest version of Among Us as well, and make sure you're not in the beta version of Among Us. Now, if you never got the beta version of Among Us, you're not going to be in it, so don't worry about that. And if you did opt in for the beta version, then you know how to get out of it. You're fine. So when you get to this point, you're pretty much like, this is the most simple way to get started, but it may not always work, and I'll get into that later. Here is a simple window where you can simply open the game, and it has all the links to automated stuff. So if you want to check out his Twitch, his Twitter, or donate because he made this awesome application, feel free to do so. So I'm going to start off by clicking Open Game. Now I'm going to test out the little application by hopping into a game, and you can see we have our little code on here, nickel gif. So I'm going to alt tab over, and here it is in the Crewlink, nickel gif. I have a little green ring around my character because it knows I'm talking. So whenever it's not there, it means I'm not talking. But if it's a red ring, it means I'm not connected to like Crewlink. And you can see down here is a big old square. That's where everybody else in the lobby is going to show up, and they'll have rings around them if they're talking, or they'll have red rings around them if they're not connected. So if you're not connected, you can first off try Control R. That resets your Crewlink connection, and if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, you might have to close out of Crewlink entirely and open it back up. But if you're mid-match, that may not connect you correctly either. So you might have to wait till the next time you're in the lobby in order to actually relaunch Crewlink. So, but I mean, that's kind of what you get with a mod like this. Otherwise, you can, if you're still in the lobby of your Among Us, you can try leaving the lobby and coming back, and I found that also fixes issues. But to start off, just try Control R and see if that fixes anything. So you can go here to the settings, and you can adjust a few things. You can adjust your microphone input and your speaker output. Make sure those are on the right things so you don't, talk through your webcam. Make sure you're talking through whatever microphone you actually want to talk through. And you can change it to push-to-talk if you want to. Now, I prefer voice activity, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And then you can show lobby code and enable spatial audio. I don't really worry about that. But this voice server section is the most important part. Now, if you don't want to mess with setting up a private server or connecting to somebody else's server, then have at it. Go, do your thing. But I've had a lot of issues trying to play on the public server because there are so many people using this mod that I just can't connect to the server. There's too many people on it. But if you don't want to mess with anything else, go ahead, see if it works. Now, for those of you that want to try setting up a private server or using somebody else's private server, I got just the thing for you. So I'm going to go ahead and just Alt F4 out of here. And we're going to take a little jaunt over to Discord. Go over to the Discover section and type, not that, type Among Us into the search bar. This first one is the official one, and I haven't been able to connect to that server. I don't know if they privatized it or whatever, or made it private. But the second one is what you want. This is just like a community of cool people that play Among Us a lot, and they have their own private Crewlink server. Okay, so you go to the announcements page, the new IP address. So they updated it whenever I started using the server, and so you want to make sure you're on their most current Crewlink server. So if you aren't able to scroll through and find it, so you can go to the most relevant, type in new IP address, and it should pop up in the search bar. Okay, so what you want to do is take this IP address, come over to Crewlink, and just copy and paste it in there. Now, I've heard some people have issues whenever they put the backslash in there, and I've heard other people don't. So, I don't know, I guess just get rid of it if you want to be safe. And if that doesn't work, then I guess put it back. But then you're just good to go. You are now using their private server. And you need to be using their private server if you're going to be joining this Discord and everybody that plays here. And what you can do if you want to do that is you can come over to this proximity chat matchmaking section. And this is where everybody posts links to play Among Us. You can just click the link here and join their party. Now, when you first join this server, there is going to be a 10-minute limit before you can post links or like post anything or click on links. So you have to wait out that 10 minutes and then you can join everybody. But once that 10 minutes passes, you'll be good to go. So if you want to click on one, you can go and click one. If you want to make your own lobby, there are a ton of proximity chat voice channels down here. You just find an empty one, you hop into it, and then you use their bot to post a link. You can find the guide here in the matchmaking VC guidelines. Yeah, plus invite. And then you can add a description if you want only certain types of people, like 18 plus, or no kids, you know, yada, yada, yada. I've done this before, and I requested, you know, decent mics and stuff, because I've had it a lot of times where people will play, and I cannot understand a single person in the lobby. And there's not much point in using proximity chat if you can't even understand the people anyways. So decent mics makes a world of a difference. So that's if you want to use this Discord's private server. That is how you do it. That is how you join their groups and everything. But what if you don't want to use their private server and you want to use your own private server? And what if you want the private server to be free? Boy, howdy, are you asking for a lot? But I have the solution for you. So we're just going to go ahead and minimize that. And if you come back to the automated Crewlink page, we're just going to go back here. And this guy, Automated, even suggests you should use your own private server by deploying this repository. And I have no idea how to deploy a repository. I am not a coder, but he does have this thing right here where it deploys to Heroku. So you click on this, and this is actually a website that will host it for you. And with a free account, the server will be up for maybe like a few days. It won't be up forever because, you know, it's a free account. That's fine. You can just set this up every once in a while. It'll last you the night of games, and then you can do it again later. So first, we need to set up an account. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this real quick because I have not done this before. Okay, now that I'm all signed in and everything, I think I want to go back to the GitHub and click on Deploy to Heroku. And I believe now that I'm signed in, yes, we are good to go. Sam Crewlink server. Choose a region, United States. Add this app to a pipeline. Nah, I think I'm good. I'm just gonna go ahead and deploy. It's creating, configuring the environment. Okay, and there's all the code that the thing is supposed to be using. Now, there is a way to do this with your own computer being like the server and everything, but you have to go through all the stuff of like turning, like allowing it to go through your Windows firewalls and stuff like that. And honestly, I just don't want to mess with that. And I don't think anybody else really does either. So this seems like a much more just simple option while still getting a private server for free. So yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it do its thing. Oh, we're good. All right, your app was successfully deployed. Good. Okay, so after clicking on Manage App, it brings you to this page, this overview page. And to find your link for your server now, you want to go to Settings and scroll down a bit to right here, the domain. Your app can be found at here. And this is the link that you're going to want to copy and put into your Crewlink application. However, I have, again, heard issues or heard of people talking about issues where if you include the last backslash, it won't really like it. So just go ahead and delete it for safety's sake, I guess, or leave it in. And if you have issues, then delete it. And then just exit to apply, and you're good to go. You are now on your own private Among Us proximity chat server. Congratulations, you're a coder. Now, these are the most simple and effective ways I know of to get proximity chat in Among Us. But there are a few more things that I would like to discuss with you guys, so let's go ahead and hop back over to our normal setup. This mod is fantastic, and I am super appreciative of Automated for making it. Shout out to you, dude. And shout out to Jacob for helping me learn how to set this up in the first place. But the thing is, this mod isn't perfect either. It had a lot of glitches. Like I said in the how-to, you can disconnect, and that's why they have the Control R, but if you disconnect mid-match, you can't reconnect. At least one person in our group couldn't. It happened every single round for them. They would disconnect, do Control R, try turning off Crewlink, coming back in. Nothing we could do worked. So they were the oddball left out, not able to communicate with anybody, and it kind of ruined the fun for them. Granted, they were playing on an older laptop, but it still had 8 gigs of RAM, and I figured it would be plenty to play the game. So something to keep in mind if you guys have an older laptop, you might have some glitches. That issue aside though, we all had an awesome time with this mod. It made Among Us a completely different game pretty much. So a suggestion I would like to give for you guys is in the lobby settings, turn down the crewmate vision. Because everybody can communicate a lot easier, the imposters have it a lot rougher. So turning down the crewmate vision can make it a little bit easier on them. Also, it makes the game feel a little more claustrophobic and incentivizes everybody to use that proximity chat. It is really, really fun. If you want links to any of this stuff, I got you covered. I already put them down in the description, so go ahead and check down there. If you appreciated any of this, a like would go a really long way. Or maybe you want to see more of my content, because if you do, you can subscribe over here. Or maybe you want to see my Deep Rock video. You can click over here. All right, good luck, spaceman. You're gonna need it.